Ron, where are you? Where is Ron right now? You done messed up, Ron!
Ron here, and I guess I done messed up, guys. I have never had a live stream get a copyright dispute before. So there's a lot of you who might have notifications in your inboxes that I released a live stream, and you're going to click on it, and it's going to say no longer available. Saturday, NBC, the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, basically detected copyrighted material from NBC, which was, of course, the Saturday Night Live neurotology satire video that I used. I've gotten copyright disputes before. They're very easy to resolve, but it can take up to 4 weeks. Fair use is an exception to the copyright protection. But anyhow, so because the live stream that I did showed the We Stand Tall video that Shelly Miscavige is in, and the second part of the video showed the Saturday Night Live neurotology skit, I just wanted to redo this stream, but just with the Scientology video. This is incredibly awkward. I've never had to redo a live stream before. But I did, in this case, I did want to do it. And by the way, in the last video, I got some notes that there was some super chats that for some reason aren't showing up in the stream. Just so you guys know, one more time, at 7 p.m. tonight, Eastern, we're going to be doing Mondays with Mike and Mark. And I will go through the last couple live streams that I've done today. And if I can find super chats that I haven't responded to, we'll respond to them on the 7 p.m. chat. Okay. So the We Stand Tall video, let me get it on screen here. This is a music video from the early 90s, either late 80s, early 90s. It was, I saw it in the early 90s, but I was only really active in Scientology in the early 90s. I mean, I was born in 1980. This thing is a work of art. It features Shelly Miscavige, David Miscavige, and it's some of the best footage I've ever seen of Shelly Miscavige. And the song is glorious. The Saturday Night Live satirical remake of the song is also glorious, but it looks like it will probably take about 4 weeks before I can make that video live again, because that is how long it is likely to take to resolve that content dispute. Without any further ado, let's listen to David Pomerantz and his Scientology ballad, We Stand Tall.
Words from a book showed me the way to be free of the shadows of yesterday. But the price of that freedom we all must pay from now on.
Sick zoom.
Joining together we held our ground, and we lifted our voices one mighty sound. Struck down the walls of darkness, we stood tall. Yes, we did. We decided to take a stand. To defend the rights
Here it comes.
of man.
Here it comes, you guys.
We stand tall. No turning back. We found a way. We stand tall, ever strong.
Okay, guys, check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Oh, we're going to go backwards for a second. Oh, I want to show you. Okay, you guys saw Rain Man, right? The Tom Cruise movie Rain Man and Dustin Hoffman. Do you remember early on in the movie, Dustin Hoffman, he's in some sort of a care facility, and he has an orderly who takes care of him. His name is Vern. And in the movie, Dustin Hoffman, you know, his character always goes, "This is Vern. This is my main man, Vern. My main man, Vern." Vern is Scientologist actor Michael Roberts, the tall black gentleman here in the middle of this group. Michael Roberts has been a Scientology fundraiser, a professional Scientology run fundraiser for decades and decades and decades. And I suspect, actually, I'd be interested to know if he got into Scientology before working with Tom Cruise on Rain Man or after, but he's basically been fundraising for Scientology ever since.
We'll live on, we stand tall. Knowing the truth will set us free. take us from clear to eternity, to a future we thought would never
That is supposed to be a Dianetics auditing session.
And your legacy is secure, for we'll keep your vision pure.
That guy was apparently a Scientologist. JT, of course. Okay, this guy. Wait, stop. Ah! Okay, hold on. Okay, this guy right here with the big scarf, that is Michael Pomerantz. Oh my God, I hope I got it right. No relation to David Pomerantz, to the best of my knowledge. Michael is the guy who does the insane voiceovers on all the Scientology videos. Like, we are, wait, I can't even do it. We are the IAS. It's really hard to, he has a very strange way of speaking. He has been, again, one of these people raising funds for Scientology for so long. I mean, this, since before this video was shot. What do we got here? Stand tall with me, AA Ron. Okay, we're about to see Shelly. Come on. Boom, right there on the left. That is Shelly Miscavige. We get an even better view of her coming up. All right, this super tall guy here, Ray Midoff, he was holding the post called Senior Case Supervisor International. Before that, he even had a more senior post, but pretty much had the same responsibility. He is the guy that Miscavige says, actually, Ray Midoff is one of the few people who've ever who audited L. Ron Hubbard personally. He's also the one who famously, according to David Miscavige, has forgotten what was supposed to be on OT 9 and 10. It's a really funny story that that Mike Rinder tells of Dave blaming Ray for forgetting what L. Ron Hubbard told him was supposed to be on OT 9 and 10. Okay, so the tall, funny-looking guy here, that is Mark Yeager. His post was Commanding Officer, CMO Int, Commanding Officer of the Commodore's Messengers Org International. Technically speaking, the most senior managerial position in Scientology. And he was on that post for a very long time. Mike Rinder himself actually held that post for a time. Now, I really don't know if you guys can see my cursor very well. Standing next to Mark Yeager, still in the front row, is another Mark Ingber. And I never knew, he always had a variety. He was on a variety of different high-level posts, but he's been a fixture at international management for many, many decades. Next, between Mark Ingber and this little fellow right here is David Miscavige. In the second row, right between them, that is Mike Rinder himself. The inspiration for Mini Mike, Bobble Mike, board member of the Aftermath Foundation. That is Mike Rinder singing his heart out. And then, of course, we have the Elfin King himself standing on an apple box. Still, literally, I'm not kidding, literally standing on an apple box in this video. Still the shortest guy in the room, or girl for that matter. So let's take a look at this. Okay, I said this in my last live stream, but since YouTube has taken that one down, I'm going to say it again. The best guess for what in the world is in the middle of the circle on David Miscavige's shirt here. Incorrect guesses only, you guys. The best guess, I'm going to pin it to the top as a comment. He is standing on a box so that he does not look like he was the tag-along for Bring Your Child to Work Day. Standing over here in the blue shirt next to David Miscavige, I believe that is Greg Wilhair. He is identified these days as the president of RTC. RTC is the organization that Miscavige is supposed to be the chairman of the board of. Now, actually, we also missed a good one. Let me go back a moment here. Do you see, boom, this guy up here in the corner at the 2 o'clock position behind David Miscavige's head, that is president of the Church of Scientology International, Heber Jensch. You know, people talk about Shelly hasn't been seen in a long time. Heber Jensch hasn't been seen in a long time. Rumor has it he may be in a nursing home right now. But we have helped. The Aftermath Foundation has helped people leave the Sea organization who literally, I asked them, so what have you heard about Heber Jensch? And they go, who is Heber Jensch? Literally, there are people who join the Sea Org, spend years in the Sea Org, leave the Sea Org, have no idea who Heber is. Scientology still claims he is the president of the Church of Scientology International. They have not put anyone else on as the president. They have not replaced him. They have not said he's retired. He's just ceased to exist for all intents and purposes.
We stand tall, no turning back. We found
OTAs.
We stand tall, forever strong.
Oh, wait, that was Captain Miscavige, wasn't it? Hold on, you guys. That was actually David Miscavige in his Sea Org uniform. You don't see that very often. Yep, that's him. That's the Elf King himself, the Keebler King. Cutting, this is a ribbon cutting for Scientology's advanced organization in Saint Hill, East Grinstead, Sussex. That's him. Boom! Look. He almost looks like a 12-year-old boy. Boom! There he is again. Captain Dave. Let's get a good shot on that if we can. Boom! Captain Dave. There's one thing Dave hates being called, and that's Captain Dave. I'm sure he doesn't like being called the Keebler King either, but he really hates Captain Dave. Yeah. So guys, this is what you're seeing here is trophies being handed out to for the Ron Hubbard birthday game. And Ron Hubbard's birthday is on March 13th. And Ron Hubbard wrote a directive that said, for my birthday, I don't want a tie or a cake or anything. What I want is expansion. I want every organization to expand their statistics 5.4x. Now, little did he know Grant Cardone would come along and flip the game on its head and 10x everything. But Ron Hubbard wanted 5.4x expansion. So me and Mark Headley and Mike Rinder have been joking that we're playing the LRH birthday game, and we're trying to get Mark Headley more subscribers by March 13th than Scientology has on YouTube, more YouTube subscribers than Scientology has. Go to Mark Headley's YouTube channel called Blown for Good and subscribe to his channel. Help Mark Headley win the LRH birthday game, please. Begging you guys. Oh, there's Captain Dave again, you guys. There he is. There he is, all 4 foot 13 inches of him on all of its splendor and glory. Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to show you guys Marty Rathbun. So here, let's do it again. Boom, got him. Gotcha, buddy. Okay, right here on the right, that's Marty Rathbun, one of the most prolific whistleblowers for a time being, and now one of the most prolific rats and turncoats in the history of former Scientology. He has gone crawling back to Captain Dave, and although Marty's no longer an actual Scientologist, he does his bidding for him. So, yeah, Marty is a woeful tale. And okay, let's see. We're going to get a really good shot of Shelly Miscavige here again. Oh, come on, guys. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Sing it, Dave. Sing it. Go, Mike. Oh, by the way, cue ball. Cue ball is what David Miscavige calls Mark Yeager. And Guillaume Leserve. Actually, I missed showing you guys Guillaume Leserve. Hold on. Crap. It was the first time through. Yeah, we don't see Guillaume here. Guillaume Leserve, David Miscavige calls him Cheesehead. Mark Yeager, Miscavige calls him Cue Ball. at 7 p.m. tonight on Mondays with Mike and Mark. I'll see if we can pull up this video and those guys can tell some stories about some of the guys in this video. There she is. Look at that. Great shot of Shelly. Wait, we'll go back. There you go. I swear to God, it's got to be the best image I've ever seen of Shelly. The photos online when you search for Shelly Miscavige are all really weird photos. She doesn't, or they're really old. There's one from like the photos online, honestly, do not look anything like Shelly looks in this video, which is why whenever you hear a rumor that someone who actually did not personally know or work with Shelly saw her in a grocery store or a hardware store or fighting for her life on a street corner, chances are it's just not true. Oh, the big man himself. Good Lord. L. Ron Hubbard was not a fan of the dentist. So I told this story in the last live stream, and I'll tell it again. This footage of him, it looks like, you know, he's arriving somewhere. He's being hailed as it looks like a conquering hero or something. L. Ron Hubbard believed that in his most previous life, like his most recent previous life, he had been Cecil Rhodes. Cecil Rhodes was the founder, if that's the right word to use, founder of the country Rhodesia, which is now Zimbabwe. L. Ron Hubbard believed that because he had actually been Cecil Rhodes, he could just stroll on into Rhodesia and very quickly essentially take over the country. Not like through some violent revolution or assassination or anything, but just by being his own glorious self. He offered to give him a new constitution. Anyway, the government of Rhodesia kicked L. Ron Hubbard out of the country. And this video footage that's included here, this is a welcoming party that the staff in St. Hill, England sent to the airport to greet him as if he were a returning hero, because they knew how upset he was about literally being kicked out of the country that he was planning on taking over. Like, that is what this footage is from. There you go, guys. Scientology music at its finest. I mean, this pales in comparison to the Road to Freedom album starring John Travolta and Frank Stallone and Edgar Winter and Karen Black and a bunch of other people. I wonder if I could do videos about the songs on the Road to Freedom album without being struck with a copyright dispute. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it because those would be a lot of fun. Now, I don't think there's music videos to go along with those, so I'm not quite sure how I would do that, but we'll have to figure that out. Okay, I see some chats here. Do you have any info about the New Year's Eve 2010 hip-hop rendition of this song? Were the audience singers and dancers mostly hired non-members? Oh, yeah. For the videos, they would have mostly been hired non-members. I'm trying to think. 2010. I was still in Scientology in 2010. I do not remember a hip-hop rendition of this song. I do remember a bunch of hip-hop songs from Dougie Fresh, and then there was that other guy who came along that was he was a big guy with like a beaded beard. I do remember hip-hop songs. I just don't remember any of them being remakes of this. So either I just didn't see it or I'm misremembering it, but sorry about that. So let's see. This is actually a good one from Jackamay. I'm assuming Shelly doesn't know about all the media coverage and people hoping she is okay. What do you think she would do if she knew? So it's a very good question. The fact is, Shelly 100% does know. Let me get my chair up a little bit here. Shelly Miscavige 100% does know about all of the media coverage about her. She does not live sequestered in a bubble or in a basement or, you know, in a dungeon or something. In fact, quotes that have been published, quotes and stories that have been published that could only have been traced, that could have only originated from some of Shelly's family members. And the fact that some of those quotes or stories have been published in certain media without those persons' permission is actually why those family members no longer hear from Shelly. You know, so a family member told a story to another family member who told a story to a former Scientologist who told a story to a journalist who published the story and made it seem like the journalist's source was the family member themselves when that was actually not true. Because Shelly became aware of what was published and was aware that that information could have only come from one particular source, and that particular source was a family member, is why those family members don't hear from Shelly anymore. So it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy where someone wants to get a scoop, someone wants to break an exclusive, they inadvertently or advertently expose someone, in this case incorrectly, as talking to the media, and all of a sudden those people never hear from Shelly again. So even this story itself does serve as evidence that Shelly is aware of the media coverage about her. So yeah, and it also tends to indicate that if she really wanted to leave, she probably could, but we've spoken about that endlessly, and I'm sure we'll speak about it more in the future. Okay, let me look for the next one. Captain Dave, the Keebler King. My birthday is on the 20th. March 20th, Michelle? March 20th. I wonder, I forget when Dave's birthday is. Actually, when is Dave's birthday? Mark and Mike would know. You know, even, it's really weird. When I was in the Sea Org in Los Angeles, they would actually take up collections in the pay line for David Miscavige's birthday. Remember, Sea Org members work 100 to 120 hours a week. They get paid $50 a week. Miscavige gets paid like a few $100,000 a year. And on his birthday, somebody would be standing in the pay line collecting cash to buy David Miscavige presents. It was incredible. All right, let's find another one. Okay. Please do a video on LRH and Rhodesia. I'm begging you. I will try. I'll actually have to do a little bit of research to put a good video together because I only have a few snippets of information. But that would be a really good idea for a video. I'll check that out. From Ellie, please react to Scientology-inspired Marvel's Runaways has Alien. Runaways. I generally think I know what you're talking about, Ellie, and I will add this to my list of things to do reaction videos about 100%. Okay, let's see. Unfortunately, We Stand Tall is a bop. I feel like I do not know what bop means here. I really don't know. But I will say, again, I said this on my last live stream, I'll say it again. When I was in Scientology, I loved that song and that video. They played it in the beginning of every event, every graduation. Actually, that's what it was. Every Friday night graduation, they would have that song playing on the screens on a loop for like a half hour as everyone filed into the auditorium and found their seats. It was just so inspirational. But you know, what do I know, guys? I grew up in a cult. Everything was inspirational. Okay. Jacinta, I think it's Jacinta. Dave's t-shirt equals painting Dante at, I don't know what language that is. Dante et Virgile, maybe French, by William. Is that a real thing? I'm going to Google that real quick because if that's a real thing, I want to share it. I'm going to share it on screen. Okay. Dante et Virgile painting. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. Okay, I guess I did say wrong guesses only. So, all right, thank you for that anyway. Michelle Grant, check this out. January 20th, this Friday, court day. So January 20th is court day. That is only 4 days away. Now, guys, I was going to go to the hearing just like I did last time, and I was going to give you guys the breaking news later in the evening because the motion to consider David Miscavige served includes an affidavit from myself and from Mike Rinder, and because the attorneys for the plaintiffs who are trying to rule that David Miscavige is served, because they expect Scientology to try to turn this hearing into a circus and to deflect away from the actual purpose of the hearing, I am planning on not attending the hearing. I'm going to guess that Mike Rinder is planning on not attending the hearing as well, so that Scientology cannot try to use it as an opportunity to start asking us questions and to turn the thing into a circus. So, but hopefully there will be some people there who can then share with me what happened in the hearing, and then I'll be able to share it with you. But yeah, guys, it actually is a big deal. In 4 more days, we very well may find out that for the first time and I don't even know how long, maybe even ever, Miscavige will be considered served and officially party to a lawsuit. Okay, let's see. All right, fine. Here's one. Kevin, is it possible that Chris is telling a white lie about how far back he's known the daughter of the juror? It seems like it's in the realm of possibility to protect her, in his mind at least. I really don't think so. I don't have any reason to believe that is true. The screenshots that Chris showed of communications from Nina didn't look like emails. They looked like comments on videos. So, and you know what I mean? I know he said they were having back and forth communication, but at least the images that he shared looked like comments on videos. It really doesn't matter which one it was. The point is, I actually do believe that they have been in touch for that many years. And if that had actually been made clear in the beginning, I think it would have been pretty obvious that there's no chance Scientology sent Nina in to befriend Chris. Like, I would put the chances of that as almost, close to 0. But that's not what was communicated at first. What was communicated at first is that she sort of just popped up and is like, hey, I've been watching your stuff for many years. Okay, that's suspicious. But no, I don't suspect that he's just making that up. A lot of the, Chris and Tony have really twisted things that I've said to suit their needs. And I will do a clarification, not even clarification. I will do a response video tomorrow to the video that Tony put out today, because he really is covering his own ass. He's covering his own ass. He's kind of throwing Chris under the bus, and he knows what he's doing. And I'm gonna make sure everyone else knows as well. So thank you for that video. Chris is not the bad guy here. In some ways, Tony's actually hiding behind Chris and throwing Chris under the bus. Chris is not the bad guy. Chris might be getting defensive. Chris might be mischaracterizing things that I've said, but he's not actually the bad guy here. So anyway, thanks for the question. So let's see. Aaron, you are an SP. Do you see or speak to your family? Are they still in the cult? If so, who? Love your channel. Thank you. Okay, so I only have one family member on my side of the family who's still in Scientology, and that's my younger brother. And no, I don't see or speak to him. On my wife's side of the family, her whole entire family is still in Scientology, and we don't see or speak to them either. So that's that one. Okay, I'll bet there's a green room at award shows for people like Elizabeth Moss to slither off to. Thank you, Jennifer Takes. Well, I think there is a green room at all award shows. I think any performance area, event hall, like that has a green room. And but it's usually for people who are either hosting or are presenting. If she's just in the audience and she's getting an award, but yeah, I mean, there is a green room for people who I guess qualify for it. Okay, let's see here. Shradam. Earlier, I was referring to the video posted by, and I'm not going to say that word because YouTube will ding me for it, called Scientologists Sing We Stand Tall 2010 at Shrine Auditorium. Check it out sometime. Oh, there was a live performance. That makes sense. And if that's on Pope's channel, I will 100% have to check that out. I love that. All right, everyone. I didn't mean to turn this into a Q&A video, but it kind of worked out that way, and that's cool. Maybe I'll just do that at the end of my live streams when the opportunity arises. So remember, everybody, I'm trying to hide this comment here. Okay. Remember, guys, 7 p.m. Eastern. What? That's only, oh my God, that's in less than an hour. Right here, we're going to do Mondays with Mike and Mark, 45 minutes on my channel. Then we'll throw it over to Mark's channel. Okay, I won't ignore this one. Toddler suits sell super well around pocket-sized leader's birthday. Toddler suits sell super well around pocket-sized leader's birthday. Curious if the diminutive oppressor's wallet is Velcro and if baby cufflinks are a thing. Jaded Slave, that is a good one. I don't have any answers for you, though. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone who watches until the very end, and I'll speak to you in just about an hour.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe